Welcome to AIGP News. I'm Steve Sanders. In this week's top story, Chinese President Hu Jintao has said the Chinese military is not a threat to any nation. He also added that China does not make and sell most products to America. President Hu Jintao, though, did reject interference on hot-button issues like Tibet and Taiwan, though he did say that China is still looking for a way to get Tibet for free. In good news this week, a woman who was kidnapped 23 years ago was reunited with her birth mother. She said it was like a dream being reunited, but not one of those crazy dreams where you're in space humping a balloon, but more like a good dream. The woman, who was kidnapped as a 19-day-old baby from a Harlem hospital, said she always knew the mother who raised her was not her birth mother, mainly because she was Chinese. Representative Gifford's husband says he's extremely hopeful for his wife's recovery and said that having sex with her right now just isn't the same. Representative Giffords will be moved to a rehab center shortly, where she will relearn how to think, how to plan, and how to function in everyday society, making her the only person who can function in everyday society. Walmart said it's going to focus on bringing in healthier, more affordable foods, though it added it's not planning on removing the McDonald's from its stores. This measure came as new pressure is being put on the grocery giant to add healthier foods at a lower price. Walmart said its goal is to get people in shape so they can make it all the way through their stores without running out of breath. Federal authorities this week arrested 127 mobsters in one of the biggest mob crackdowns in history. When asked what made them mobsters, they said playing the game Mafia Wars. Oh crap, I play that game. Damn it, I need to hide. The federal government normally took a systematic approach to taking down key figures in the mob. This time instead used a shotgun approach, taking down as many as possible. The difference is, a shotgun can kill you. According to the Associated Press, smartphones are making pedestrians dumber, with more people being distracted as they walk to work. The Associated Press said these people are walking out in front of cars, bumping into each other, falling into fountains. Oh wait, that's what pedestrians were doing before. Home sales are at their lowest since 1997, according to a new report from a guy in a rented home. This report states that home sales dropped 4.8% in 2010, bringing it to its lowest rate since 1997. With foreclosures high and unemployment very high also, more people are afraid to buy homes because they don't think the market has bottomed out yet. Though if the market got any lower, it would be in the Earth's molten core. Wait, I got another one. If the market got any lower, it would be lower than Stephen Wright when he's off his meds. Wait, I got another one. If the market got any lower, it would be lower than Barry White's voice when you play the record on slow speed. Oh wait, something's coming in. We need to move on. Google Inc. CEO Eric Schmidt will reportedly step down and allow Google co-founder Larry Page to take over the Google CEO position. You might know Google as the company who owns everything on the internet. This came as shocking news to investors in Google after Google reportedly earned more than expected in their quarterly earnings report. When asked why Google's CEO made this decision, he gave us a list of definitions for the word decision. Hewlett-Packard is bringing in 5 new board members under a restructuring act by CEO Leo Apotheker. I don't know, he's got a really weird name. This comes as new news for Hewlett-Packard, who normally only replaces things after they become old and obsolete. The board came under fire recently for its handling of the removal of CEO Mark Hurd, proving once again why Hewlett-Packard was the number one computer company. Lawmakers pressed Chinese President Hu Jintao this week on human rights issues, while President Hu Jintao pressed Americans to buy China's newest toy, Elmo Hugs. Lawmakers also pressed China to take a stronger stance on North Korea's nuclear ambitions in what is being described as a productive Chinese meeting where nothing got done. Republicans in the House are looking to replace Obama's health care bill bit by bit in what will surely fail in the Senate. House representatives are looking to do this because Americans are looking to do this to prove that they're actually doing something. Because Americans are reportedly tired of the hot tub parties and long lunches. Representative Giffords is reportedly able to stand, attempt to speak, and use an iPad, meaning she is further along than most seniors. The Irish Prime Minister is having to call for a special election in March, after 2/3 of his cabinet resigned, proving that even Irish people don't want to serve in the government of Ireland. The election came after the Irish Prime Minister's party threatened to dump him if he did not call for a special election, in what is typical news in Ireland. They did this by following the strategy of focusing on more companies not affected by harsher regulations, in what is being called a strategy from Business 101. 50 people died this week in suicide bombings in Iraq, in what is typical news from Iraq. These bombings took place on what is known as a Shiite holiday, which proves that Iraqis really know how to party. Now here's another nonsensical, idiotic rant by Big R. Fool, I'm getting tired of this fool. You're always dissing me. I'm getting tired of this fool. I'm not nonsensical. I'm not idiotic. Fool, I'm Big R. People like me. I'm Big R. I got my ear to the street and I know what's going down. So fool, you better stop dissing me. I'ma bust a cap in your ass, fool. Now my peeps, Big R, he here to tell you about something new, something exciting. The first woman has been named a product development in any major car company. I know. It just blew your mind, fool. Big R just blew your mind, but it's true. General Motors has put Mary Barra in charge of product development. This is big news. This is real big news. Not only is she the first female to be in charge of product development in any major automotive company, but this is not only coming from, this is coming from an American company who needs it, making a risky move in a time of financial uncertainty. This is big. This is really big. This is like the Earth mixed with Mars and Jupiter big. This is huge news and it's blowing your mind, but you gotta listen up because this is a good thing. Big R say this is a good thing. Because women, they can bring more to the table now. They can bring new designs, new things you never thought of in cars before, and she can bring it. That's why this is a good thing. We're going to see more designs that are good for women, that are good for men, that are good for kids, that are good for dogs, that are good for cats, that are good for bears. And this is good, because as the woman brings more to the table, you're going to see more car companies following General Motors' example and putting more women in charge of more things. And finally, the glass ceiling in the automotive company, the glass ceiling that keeps women from reaching the top, is going to be broken. But this woman, Mary Barra, she got a large road ahead of her. It's a long road. It's almost as long as Big R's road outside his house. It's a long road ahead of her. But I'm going to tell you what, she's going to do a good job. She's going to impress because she knows she's got to impress, and that way the glass ceiling will finally be broken. And that's what Big R's got to say. So Big R wishes Mary Barra all the luck, and good talking to my peeps again, and Big R is looking forward to women in the automotive industry getting ahead. And that's all Big R got to say about that. So back to that damn fool in the studio. Thank you, Big R, in what I'm sure no one understood. Now for celebrity news. Regis Philbin is leaving Live with Regis and Kelly. He announced this on air, and we wish Regis all the luck in what is sure to be a show-ending decision. Rumors swirl around this, saying that Regis is leaving because the network only wanted to pay him $10 million a year, which just wasn't enough for Regis. The network plans to replace Regis and continue the show until the audience leaves, and then cancel the show. Keith Olbermann is leaving MSNBC, in what is being overshadowed by Regis leaving Live with Regis and Kelly. Keith Olbermann reportedly got a big payout to leave his MSNBC show, and will reportedly not be on TV for a while. As was required with Conan, then Keith will come back on TBS with a new show called Keith. American Idol contestant Caleb Hawley reportedly put glasses on his dog's butt, in what is proving that people will report on anything. Bombshell McGee said that former lover Jesse James will not make it down the aisle with current fiancée Kat Von D. She then added that her 15 minutes of fame wasn't up yet and auditioned for American Idol. James Franco put on a blonde wig this week, danced around and sung, in what is being described as a typical Tuesday night for James Franco. Rudy Giuliani said he will run for president if Sarah Palin runs. He then added he will not actually run because he is out of shape. Lindsay Lohan has said that Betty Ford worker Dawn Holland is lying about Lindsay hitting her. She also said that she is still clean and sober, and then asked us to pass the crack. Toronto Maple Leafs star Mike Komisarek has been accused of hitting a woman in an LA nightclub. In his defense, though, she was wearing an Anaheim jersey. Jets superfan Fireman Mike has said he will attend the Jets AFC Championship game in Pittsburgh, in what is sad news to anyone else attending the game. George Clooney said he gave marriage a shot and just doesn't want to try it again. He also said he gave comedy a shot with the movie Batman and Robin and wouldn't like to try that again either. David Duchovny said 6 seasons was enough for his show Californication, though said he would think about a 7th season if the money was right or if they offered him one. Susan Sarandon has come out and said she does not have a boyfriend, in what made this reporter reply, "Yeah, I'd hit that." Ivanka Trump is expecting her first child, in what is big news to anyone who cares what the Trumps do. Now here is our own world's greatest critic to review the new True Grit. And I was like, "Hey, that's my hat." And he was like, "Hey, that's not your hat, that's my hat." And then we were arguing, and what was that? I got a review to do. I know I got a review to do. You coming on to me? I know I got a review to do. Get off my ass, director. Now, people, I'm here to review. What am I here to review again? Oh yeah, True Grit. I knew that. I was just making sure you knew that. Yeah, I knew what I was reviewing. Now True Grit, it's got John Wayne in it. And he's like, "I'm John Wayne, Pilgrim." And I'm like, "And you're John Wayne, Duke." And he was like, "What was that?" "I'm reviewing the new True Grit." Well, I knew that. I was just testing you to make sure you knew what I was reviewing. Yeah, I was just testing you, and you passed. You knew what I was reviewing. Now, the new True Grit. For those of you expecting the Duke, you're gonna be disappointed. For those of you expecting the Dude, you're gonna be disappointed. For those of you expecting boobs, you're going to be disappointed. But for those of you who want to see a good movie, you're not going to be disappointed. Because in this movie, that guy with the gray hair, he was in that other movie this year with the special effects. Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. I was just making sure you knew that. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff Bridges. He plays Rooster Cogburn. And he's a meaner, nastier Rooster Cogburn. He's a man who's mean, who's nasty, who's proud of his ornery, nasty drunkenness, and who'd shoot you and laugh at you. Kind of like he does Matt Damon in the movie, where he shoots him and then he laughs at him, which is funny. Because it's always funny shooting Matt Damon. Because Matt Damon's a sissy, and Rooster's like, you're a sissy, I shot you. And Matt Damon's like, I'm not a sissy. And Rooster's like, yeah, you're a sissy. And Matt Damon's like, ah ha ha. And it's funny, because it's always funny shooting Matt Damon. It's always funny shooting Matt Damon. And what's that? Blood libel? What the fuck is blood libel? Yeah, shut up and go away. Yeah, but Matt Damon, he's kind of forgettable in the movie. He's not that interesting, and he's really forgettable. Well, then again, Glenn Campbell was forgettable in the original. But the girl's much more capable in this version. She's much smarter and much more capable and able to do what she needs to do. And you could tell that from the beginning. Though she's also still very naive, she's very capable. But as I said, Rooster's a lot meaner. It ain't your old John Wayne version. Don't come expecting John Wayne, because John Wayne ain't in it. You gotta come with an open mind and look around, because it's good. It's a real good movie. And what's that? You coming on to me again? You coming on to me again? Don't make me get up. Don't make me get up. Thank you, World's Greatest Critic. Would someone check on him and make sure he's okay? That didn't really look very good. Now for sports news. Miami Heat's Chris Bosh was out this week for a game against his former team, the Toronto Raptors. The reason he was out? He said he just couldn't get his hair right. The Jets called out Pittsburgh wide receiver Hines Ward this week, saying he was a dirty player. Ward replied that he takes a bath every day. The Miami Dolphins have given general manager Jeff Ireland a multi-year contract extension, in what comes as no news to Dolphins fans who weren't expecting to do as good next season. Nolan Ryan came out and said this week at a press conference that he expects the Rangers to have 90 to 95 wins next season, unlike when he played for them when they were lucky if they had 5. Nolan Ryan said this at one press conference, then recanted shortly after at another press conference. According to sources, Manny Ramirez and Johnny Damon will reportedly play on the same team, as they've both been signed to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. This fits in well with the Tampa Bay strategy of having another losing season. USC president has said the appeal hearing went well. It was fair and they listened very carefully. He looks forward to their answer in 4 to 6 weeks, as it's having to be delivered from China. Now here are this week's football scores. That's all the time we have for this week. From AIGP News, I'm Steve Sanders, signing off.